Lena was a cheerful little girl who lived in a small, colorful village surrounded by green hills and blooming flowers. She loved running around the village, exploring and playing with her friends. Her mother owned a beautiful clay pot, painted with bright red, blue, and yellow patterns, which Lena was told to never touch. The pot sat on a wooden table in their cozy kitchen, glowing softly under the morning sunlight. One sunny morning, Lena's curiosity got the better of her. She tiptoed into the kitchen and stared at the clay pot. Why is this pot so special? She wondered. Her small hands reached out, and she carefully lifted it. It felt heavier than she expected, but its smooth surface and beautiful patterns made her smile. As Lena turned the pot in her hands, her foot accidentally slipped on the rug. "Oh no," she gasped as the pot flew out of her hands. It landed on the floor with a loud crash, shattering into pieces. Lena's heart sank. She stared at the broken pieces, trembling with fear. When Lena heard her mother calling her, she quickly gathered the pieces and hid them under the kitchen table. Her heart raced as her mother walked into the room. "What was that noise, Lena?" her mother asked, looking concerned. Lena hesitated, then said, "It was the wind. Something fell outside." Lena's mother frowned but didn't say anything. As soon as her mother left the kitchen, Lena sat on the floor and stared at the broken pieces. She felt terrible for lying. "What should I do now?" she whispered to herself. Later that day, Lena couldn't focus on her play. The guilt of lying made her feel heavy inside. She imagined her mother's disappointed face if she found out. "Why did I lie?" Lena thought, feeling tears fill her eyes. At bedtime, Lena's guilt wouldn't let her sleep. She tossed and turned in her bed. Finally, she whispered, "I'll tell her tomorrow. It's the right thing to do." As she closed her eyes, she dreamed of the broken pot glowing brightly. The next morning, Lena gathered her courage. She took the broken pieces of the pot and carried them to her mother, who was busy weaving a basket in the living room. "Mama," Lena began nervously, "I have to tell you something." Lena explained everything to her mother, from her curiosity to the accident and her lie. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she said, "I'm so sorry, Mama. I didn't mean to break it." Her mother listened quietly, her face full of understanding. Her mother knelt down and hugged Lena tightly. "I'm proud of you for telling the truth," she said gently. "It's not easy to admit when we've done something wrong." Lena felt a small smile return to her face. As they picked up the broken pieces together, something magical happened. The pieces began to glow, and one by one, they floated into the air. Lena and her mother watched in amazement as the pot slowly reassembled itself. When the pot was whole again, it shone even brighter than before. "It's beautiful," Lena exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. Her mother smiled and said, "The pot has forgiven you because you were honest." Honesty has its own magic, Lena. From that day on, Lena never touched something without permission. She also learned the importance of telling the truth, no matter how scary it might feel. The clay pot stayed on the table, a reminder of the magic of honesty. Lesson from the story. This story teaches children the importance of honesty, courage, and taking responsibility for their actions. It shows that admitting mistakes, even when difficult, can lead to forgiveness and positive outcomes. Through Lena's journey, children learn that actions have consequences, but making amends can repair even the most broken situations. The story also highlights the value of kindness, understanding, and the unconditional love within families, reminding children that honesty and accountability are the keys to building trust and stronger relationships.